Hey y'all, welcome back to Castellaw Homefront. My name's Erin if you're new here. I live in Tennessee, Garden Zone 7B, and my channel right now is just basically gardening. Once we get produce and lots of veggies in, we're gonna do canning, and eventually I'm gonna show you a little behind the scenes of some sourdough baking. But today is harvest day. I have lots of peppers in my green stalk. I say lots, I have a few. And then I know I have some stuff out on the raised beds as well. So yeah, I'm gonna turn you guys around and we're gonna get to picking. All right, we're gonna start with the green stalk harvest. Got some peppers up here, mini bells. Got my little basket here. I'm doing this one-handed, so we're gonna see how good I am at that, because I'm not gonna be out here long because I don't feel like setting up my tripod because it's so hot. So we're just gonna try this one-handed. I don't really know how well it's gonna work, honestly. All right, there's two. Now I know I'm gonna struggle with this jalapeno. We're just gonna twist and twist and twist and twist. All right. We're actually gonna have this with dinner tonight. I am making ground turkey nachos, and I love jalapenos on mine, so this bad boy's going on dinner. And I think I have like a shishito pepper. Yeah, a shishito. I could go ahead and pick it, but I'll probably wait for these. That way I can actually cook them or prepare them in some way. And one little banana pepper up here. All right, let's go up to the raised beds and see what all we can pick up there. All right, we're up at the raised beds. Everything is nice and green and flourishing, even in this awful heat. It's so hot out here. I do have lots of, well, several banana peppers that I'm gonna go ahead and pick. Some are small. That one's pretty good size. Go ahead and pick that one. I don't see anything on here yet that's ready. So let's go over here, see what we can find. I know, yep, I see a cucumber. I saw it the other day. Yeah, that one looks good. That one is ready. I know what I'm having for lunch tomorrow. And that one's still pretty little, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick it. Because it's got that, it's most of the little pointies are off of it. So, and it's yellowing. I had a bug fly at my nose in the process. Lovely. Let's see, do we have any more that are ready to be picked? Oh, there's one right here. Wow, I'm gonna have lots of cucumbers tomorrow in the next couple days. That's good. Because I ended up, while we were on vacation, I ended up getting some olive oil. That one looks good too. I ended up getting some olive oil from this little local to Gatlinburg place. It's called Z Oil, Z-I and then oil. And they infuse their own olive oil and everything. All right, we have a guy working on our chimney, and he came back and our dog started going crazy, so I had to stop videoing for a minute. I have some zucchini growing, but it's not ready to be picked yet. And same with the squash. We just have some back here, but they're just not ready to be picked yet. All right, next garden bed. Our cayennes aren't ready to be picked, but it looks like they're going to start producing soon, which is great. Let's see. Oh, and I have some jalapenos here that are going to be ready soon. I think I've said this in some of my other videos, I do a jalapeno cheddar sourdough bread. So that's, these jalapenos right here, once they're ready to be picked, are gonna be put to great use probably next week, because I'm doing a Wednesday night farmers market, a local one, so I get to use fresh jalapenos from our garden. All right, let's see what we have over here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick, well, you can't see the leaves in the way. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these two just because they're not green anymore. I don't see any of these big tomatoes ready just yet. I don't see any more cherries that are ready yet either. I still have lots of green ones though. Let's see, do we have anything good over here? Nothing that's blushing just yet. But all in all, I feel like I got a pretty good first harvest. The more that we pick, the more everything's gonna produce. So I'm really excited. I ended up seeing a squash that's kind of small, but I don't think it's quite ready yet, but it's kind of hiding over here. So in the next day or two, that one will be ready to be picked. Hey guys, this is a different day, same video. I'm doing part 2, or like addition to harvest in the garden with me, just because I didn't have a whole lot the other day to harvest, so it was going to be a super short video. So I know there are some things now to harvest. I see some squash from here. I know I have some peppers and different things like that, and I might even cut a few fresh flowers if I have enough to make a little fresh flower arrangement in the house. I did that last week, but I didn't video it, so it was just a quick run out here harvest before a farmer's market situation. But I know I have some shishito peppers in the green stalk, and my Mexican sunflowers have finally bloomed, and I am cutting some of those. They're beautiful, and I'm so excited about them. All right, so let's get started. We're gonna do green stalk first, and then we're gonna move up to the raised beds and get everything out of there, and hopefully it'll be a little bit of a bigger harvest than the first part of this video. All right, guys, let's get started. All right, I got you facing the green stalk. The lighting's probably not great, but it is what it is. I got my bucket, got my shears, and let's get started harvesting. That's all I'm getting from the green stalk. I did harvest some fresh basil and fresh parsley. I'm making a baked ziti tonight, so I'm using fresh herbs from the garden, which is really exciting. All right, we're gonna go up to the raised bed and do that. I'm gonna come back around down here and get some of the flowers once I see how much room I have in my bucket. So let's go up there and harvest our garden up there. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to move you guys around a little bit just because of the positioning of where everything is in the bed. I got a lot of, well, 2 big banana peppers here, so we're gonna go ahead and cut these while we're here. I see a zucchini down there. I know I have some squash. I have a very big squash. I'm not sure how I'm gonna reach it, where it is, so we're gonna have to figure that out. All right, I'm gonna move you guys around. We're gonna get you. Yay! Beautiful big squash. I really had to go digging for these. But look at them. This squash is ginormous. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with all the squash that I have. Probably gonna freeze some at some point. I'm gonna have to get a bigger basket. And my cucumbers are going wild. So whenever we first constructed the beds, I really wanted an arch trellis just because I knew the cucumbers were gonna get wild. But we ended up not doing it, and now I wish we would have, because they're just all growing out of the corner, which is fine. I just don't like them all laying on the ground. I want them to climb up something. So I'm gonna dig around in here and see if there's anything to harvest in the cucumber bush over here. We got a little cucumber out of there. I didn't see anything else that was quite ready. There are a ton in there. So at some point, I'm gonna be experimenting making pickles. So that'll be a fun video. All right, I'm gonna move the camera and we're gonna look at the other bed where my hot peppers are, all of my other basil and tomatoes, and we're gonna see what's in there. Got a few cherry tomatoes, not many. A lot of them fell off the other night. I had to completely chop and give my cherry tomato plant a haircut because it was going crazy. It was so bad. It was so tall, taller than the stake that I have. It was ridiculous. So I lost a lot of pretty ripe ones. They're on the ground. Birds can have them. I don't really care what eats them. So yeah, and I know I have some peppers over here. I'm gonna browse those. A lot of my big tomatoes have not started blushing yet. They're all still green, but I have a lot. So once they start turning, I'm gonna be rolling in tomatoes too. I really need to try to prune them while I'm out here. I'm probably not gonna do like a whole video. I'll show you where to prune if you don't know. I'll take my camera over there and kind of show you where to prune, but I'm not gonna sit here and do a whole time lapse of me pruning because it's gonna take a while. So I'm gonna try to just get it done so that way I can get in and start dinner soon. Let's look at some peppers real quick, and then I will do some pruning. And I don't really have a whole lot of flowers to cut right now, so I'm just gonna hold off until some more of them bloom. We got a few jalapenos. Let me fix the camera. We got a few jalapenos. I have 4. They smell hot. The last ones that I picked from the garden weren't too hot, so we'll see how these are. I have some cayennes that are finally growing, and I'm gonna have to stake. I don't know if you can, let me move you. I'm gonna have to stake my pepper plants. We had a pretty good like rainstorm that came through the other day, and now they're all kind of leaning over. So I'm gonna have to go find some small like pepper cages, I think, and put them in a pepper cage just to keep them upright from the wind because they're getting really tall. I think that's it, which my little bucket's full, so I got a pretty good harvest. I'll go sit on the table and we'll kind of walk through what all I was able to get and show you, because I'm really excited. This is the best part of gardening, is seeing what all you have grown and produced, and I love it. It's my favorite part. All right. Yeah, I think that's all that we can do out here. So let's move back over to the shade. Okay, so I didn't do this in the last video because there just wasn't a lot, but I want to sit here and show you what all I actually got. I got this giant zucchini, a giant squash. I let it go way too long, but I was dreading. I had to climb I don't know if you can see it in the video. I had to climb into the raised bed and get underneath it to get this big thing. So, all right. And then we got another squash. So we got 2 squash and a zucchini. We got a cucumber. We got, hey Marky. I got the 4 jalapenos that I showed you guys. I got banana peppers. I got the basil and the parsley, like I said. And I'm not gonna pull these out because they're so little, but I got several shishito peppers and then those few little tomatoes in there. So yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good harvest. I am excited. It's probably my biggest one so far. So, and hopefully it's just gonna get better. It's just June, and I feel like it's the end of June. I feel like July is whenever the harvesting really happens. So that's exciting to me to see what is to come, I guess. I think I'm gonna wrap up this little 2-day separate day video, harvest video. Thank you guys so much, as always, for watching. I really, really appreciate it. And if you're subscribed, thank you. I really appreciate you. If you're not subscribed, and if you like gardening, baking, preserving, give me a little subscribe, a little like, a comment, something. I really like interacting with you guys. It's a lot of fun in the comments, and just to see where you're commenting from, like what zones and things like that. I'm in zone 7B in Tennessee, so yeah, it's fun to see what hey Margot, it's fun to see what how different everything is in different parts of the country, so, and even the world, which is really cool. Some people from the UK have commented, which I think is awesome. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.